My name's Amanda. I'm going to be your guide for the next hour. Whenever you're ready, find a nice comfortable position. Seated, we are going to be using some blocks this evening, a strap if you need it, a nice blankie for underneath your knees, as we're going to be doing some postures where we're going to be on our knees, tabletop, and some puppy poses, some fun poses, but we're going to be down on the earth some, so just to keep comfortable, you want to make sure you got all your fun stuff available. Also, if you love these yoga classes, please don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Get word out to the community about the fabulous virtual studio that we have at Hatha Yoga Studio while we are going through the time that we are going through. It'll help you stay fit, sound in mind and body, and keep you going, and we'll get through all of this together. Also, if you are available at any other times during the week, every single night during the week, we offer a yoga class, and we also offer our family yoga on Saturday. And then we also have some other fun classes in the morning. There's body sculpting with Yvonne. So there's a bunch of different variety of classes that are offered on this virtual platform to help keep you going during a time when we want to slow down and just let go. So whenever you're ready, we'll begin. So come to an easy seated pose or half lotus, whatever is in your practice. I know sometimes people also like to sit with their legs out in front in a nice staff pose. And just find what feels comfortable. Make sure to maybe wiggle your hips a little bit, even if you're sitting on a cushion or a blanket, just to make sure that the sit bones are really planted down towards the earth. We want to make sure that we're rooted and grounded as we begin our practice. Begin to pay attention to your breathing rhythm. Where are you within your breath? And just close your eyes and just allow yourself to be aware of your breathing. Nothing to change, anything different. We're just becoming aware of where we are within our breath. Coming to that place on our mat where we can just let everything go and be here for 1 hour within our practice. And as you begin to engage where you are in your breath, begin to bring awareness to the parts of the body as you breathe in, noticing if any sensations arise. Maybe you feel a little tightness in the upper back or the shoulders. And just really tune into the body. Tune into you. On your next inhalation, begin to take the breath very deeply in through the nose, pulling it all the way down into the belly. And as you exhale, we're going to release it out of the mouth. You can make a sound to release any frustrations, maybe a nice yawn, whatever feels good. Inhale, and then exhale, open the mouth. Once again, inhale deeply through the nose. Feeling the lungs expand, the belly expand, the chest rise. And then one more. Inhale, pulling the breath down into the belly. Getting that last sip of air. And then whenever you can't hold it any longer, release through the mouth. Continuing to follow the rhythm of our deep breathing, we're going to change it up a little bit, and instead of breathing out of the mouth, we're going to exhale back through the nose from which we inhaled. So we're going to begin our deep breaths, continuing to inhale through the nose. This time really paying attention as you feel the pull of it coming down into the belly. And gently exhale, release it down. Becoming aware of our inhalations and our exhalations is a great way of connecting with our body. It's also a great way to help calm the mind and relax the body. Bringing yourself to the awareness, present moment. Very gently exhale. Finding a deep breathing practice that suits best for you. We're just doing some nice big inhalations and exhalations to come down to the mat and prepare us for our practice. Very nice. Becoming aware of the physical body as you notice the sensations, feeling of lightness now in the shoulders and the chest. Noticing any tension that has been released. We're going to begin to welcome some movement in with our breathing. So on your next inhale, go ahead and bring the arms up overhead. You're going to leave the hands up, dropping the shoulders, and then as we exhale, open the mouth, open the throat. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, lower the chin to the chest. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open the mouth, head towards the sky. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, chin towards the chest. One more. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, releasing up to the sky. And then inhale, back to center. And then as you release the hands, you're going to exhale, bring the left hand to the right knee, the right hand behind you, and very gently inhale deep to pull the spine tall. And then exhale, twist very gently to the right. Holding for 3 breaths. This is a gentle twist to the right, so you shouldn't feel any pain. We're just warming up the spine. If you feel any discomfort, just very gently release the twist, coming back to center. If it feels good, one more breath. Very nice. Coming back to center, bringing our hands back up above, stretch. Maybe this time you go ahead and point your chest up towards the sky, curve the back in a little, playing with a little baby back bend. And then exhale, go ahead and tuck the chin towards the chest, rolling forward into a variation of cow cat. Inhale, rolling back open, opening the chest up towards the sky into a nice cow. And then exhale, back down into cat. Inhale, very nice. And then exhale, pushing through, making sure to push through the arms, pushing back to open up our back. Inhale, back to center, stretch it very tall, making sure the shoulders are dropped from the ear. And then exhale, bringing our right hand to our left knee, left hand behind you, and go ahead and twist to the left. Staying here for 3 breaths. Becoming aware of depth of your breathing when you twist. Ooh, that's scary. When you're ready, exhale, releasing back to center, stretching the arms up towards the sky, and then exhale, dropping the arms up into cactus arms, opening the chest, allowing yourself to stretch up towards the sky, and then exhale, bringing the hands back down to the knees. And we're going to switch out the legs, whatever foot you or leg you had in front, go ahead and switch it out. Want to make sure you even out on both sides. Yoga makes me feel so good. Inhale, bringing the arms back overhead. And then as you exhale, very slowly hinging forward at the hips, bringing our hands down to the earth. You can also incorporate a block at this time. And we're just going to keep a nice flat back as we're hinged forward at the hips. We're not going to round the back, just very nice flat back. And with our sit bones grounded into our blanket or our bolster, see if you can find that gentle, comfortable edge where you can feel the stretch, but where it doesn't hurt, it should feel really good. And we're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. Breathing in deep, pulling it down into the belly. Exhale, releasing it through the nose. Feeling the belly go back up towards the spine. Take deep breaths. Really release into the nose. And then stretch open the chest a little bit more, raising our head a tad bit, glancing up towards the sky, not to crick the neck too much. We're just opening up the chin, and then very gently, we're going to do some nice openings with the mouth, just ow. And then maybe you want to stretch the chin forward, the jaw, stretch back, and then inhale. And then exhale, go ahead and walk the hands very slowly to what feels comfortable. You can also bring a block. Maybe you place it underneath the brow. And just relax here for 3 breaths. Inhaling deep through the nose. And maybe releasing a loud exhale through the mouth, just letting it go. When you're ready, begin to use the strength in your fingers and in your hands. Slowly, very gently, begin to walk yourself back to center. Bringing your block, placing it to the side. And then we're going to bring our legs out in front. Stretch them out. And then, woo, get a little windshield wiper back side to side. So go ahead and grab your blocks. And we're going to move into our butterfly pose. So go ahead and bring the right foot up and then the left foot to join the right foot. Now, the reason why I say to incorporate the blocks for support underneath the knees is when you're warming up the body, especially the hips, you don't want to go too deep, too fast. Usually after you've had a chance to really work the body a little bit more and stretch it, then it's good to do full hip openers. But if you are very flexible and that is no problem for you, feel free to not use the blocks. But I always like to use them at the beginning of my practice. Also, it doesn't make me feel like I have to be too hard on myself, because this is yoga. We're supposed to take good care of ourselves. So close the eyes and continue your inhalations and your exhalations. Really feeling where you are in this pose, making sure that your sit bones are on the earth. Go ahead and bring right hand up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, we're going to almost the variation of thread the needle. We're going to bring our right arm on to our You can bring it draped. I usually like to put my elbow right in the little pivot tuck of where my arches meet. And then you want to inhale, open the left arm up. This should be a really good, nice lateral side stretch. And just breathe. Maybe you look up towards the left hand, or if that's too much for the neck, you can keep looking your gaze down towards the earth. And then exhale, bringing our left hand back to the earth. We're going to inhale, bringing the right hand up, opening up the right side, and then very nicely bringing it back down to the earth. Taking it over to the left side because we want to even out our body and be good to both sides. So we're going to inhale, really opening up our left wing. And then as you exhale, go ahead and swoosh the left arm through, bringing the left hand, if you would like, to the knee, and then cradling the left elbow into the little pocket where the arches meet. And then inhale, opening the right arm up towards the sky. Just very nicely inhale. 2 more. And releasing our right hand back to the earth. Bringing our left hand back out, opening back up towards the earth, and towards the sky, and then back to earth. And then inhale, we're going to go ahead and bring our chest forward, opening it up. And then using our fingers, we're going to very gently do another nice forward fold, hinging at the hips. And then we're going to just allow ourselves to be with a nice flat back. We've got a really nice gentle hip opener right now going on. And a really nice seated forward fold variation. Decompressing the spine while we allow the hips to open and relax. And exhale, gently walk the hands back to center, bringing our knees together. And then you want to place your hands behind you. You can do the hands with the fingers touching, facing towards the back side, or you can do them out where the fingers face towards the opposite direction. And you want to bring your feet a little bit out in front, and we just want to do a nice windshield wiper. So go ahead and just feel where you are, relax within this nice, gentle movement, back and forth. Making sure to keep our arms strong. You don't want to slouch into the pose. So go ahead and bring the knees up a little bit more, the feet flat on the earth, and we're going to roll up into a reverse table. So if this is too much pressure on the wrist this way or this way, whatever feels good for you. I particularly like to have my fingers facing towards my backside. I feel like it gives me a little bit more support. So on the next inhale, we're going to very gently begin to rise up, making sure our feet are in alignment, and then exhale, coming up into a nice reverse table. Making sure we have our hands planted firmly on the earth, making sure that our hands are nice and aligned underneath our shoulders. We're pulling up through our core, and we're using our glutes, and we're also just squeezing in with the core to help hold our stability. You also want to squeeze in the thighs towards each other. This will also help you with maintaining a good alignment. Exhale, go ahead and begin to release the bum down towards the earth. Releasing the feet out in front, bringing our hands up overhead. And then exhale very gently, hinging forward at the hips. Inhale, open the chest. And then exhale, go ahead and round the back and fall forward. Holding this for a good 3 breaths, just to kind of relax. Open up the back if it feels like it got a little tense. We're going to stretch the back. And then when you're ready, very slowly, begin to use the hands. Walking back up, elongating the spine, observing a very nice and comfortable staff pose. Just feel where you are. Making sure our feet are flexed. This is really good for posture. And if you ever have time, if it ever gives you any problems sometimes holding a straight back, it's always good to practice this also against the wall. And then after a long day, it just feels really good. Especially if you sit at a desk all day. Inhale, bringing the arms up. And then exhale once more. Hinging at the hips. And if you're having a hard time getting to the feet, it's okay. You can bring a block and place it right here. Use it for support to kind of elevate things a little bit more. Because you really want to hinge forward at the hips. You don't want to put any strain on the back. And then when you're ready, go ahead and just fall forward, just relax. You can even incorporate a block and put it right here on the leg, balancing it underneath the brow. And just breathe. Inhale, exhale. Begin to rise, coming back to center. Inhale, bringing our hands up above, taking a nice stretch, opening the chest up towards the sky. And then exhale, go ahead and bring the hands back down to earth. And when you're ready, go ahead and tuck the legs over. And then we're going to come over into a very nice table. Using our blanket for support. We're going to put this underneath our knees if you choose. So we're going to be on the knees for a little bit. We're going to be doing a little bit of a variation where we go back and forth from table. We're going to do a table variation, and then where we also do a little bit of a flow with a downward facing dog. So if you tend to get pain in the knees easy, this is probably the best solution to blanket. So finding our hands underneath our shoulders, making sure they're nice and firm, making sure our knees are aligned under our hips, our toes are untucked, and our feet are nice and just relaxed onto the floor. And we want to make sure that we are pulling up into the spine, like you're pulling your belly button up towards the spine, and then you're pushing in, your hands pushing up into table. You don't want to slouch into table. And just close the eyes. Maybe do a nice intuitive alignment to check in where you are. And if it feels good, you can sway back side to side. So we're going to inhale, we're going to drop the belly, raising the head, chin, looking straight out in front of us. We're going to hold, and then we're going to slowly exhale, pushing up through the hands, rounding the back, bringing the chin towards the chest, sucking the belly button in towards the spine. And then exhale very slowly, very nice. Back into cow. And then when you're ready, go ahead and exhale, roll it back into your cat. Inhale into cow. And then as you exhale, come back to center, straighten the back, tuck the toes, and then we're going to very slowly push up through our hands and push up and very gently, making sure we're on the balls of our feet, Finding where we are, rooting our feet down to the earth. If you have to, walk the hands, one handprint above where it is, and then very slowly roll into your first downward facing dog. So we're going to pedal out the feet and really just find our grounding within this pose. Maybe you notice that the left side is a little bit more tight than the right, or vice versa. Maybe you come up on the toes, the balls of the feet, and then exhale, release the heels down towards the earth. If that feels good, you can also very gently sway back side to side. Wherever you are in your downward facing dog, just find that place of comfort. And we're going to hold for one more breath. And then exhale, slowly roll forward, rocking forward. And we're going to go ahead and begin to drop the knees, bringing them down towards the earth, sucking the belly button in towards the spine, and letting the knees hover for just 5, 4, and remember, pushing up through the hands, keeping our core engaged, making sure our back is nice and strong. And then exhale, very nice. Untuck the toes, coming back into our table. Very slowly, open up, inhale into cow. And then very gently exhale into cat, tucking the chin towards the chest. Really push up through the hands and then arching our back. Really allowing yourself to feel that nice stretch in the back. Inhale into cow. And then as you exhale, tuck the toes, pushing back up once more, very slowly, and then release back into your downward facing dog. Inhale one more. On your next inhalation, we're going to go ahead and bring the the right foot, between the hands, coming into a lunge. And then holding here for 3 breaths. Really feeling where you are, pushing up through the fingertips. Pulling the core in towards the spine. And then as you exhale, pushing off the left ball of the left foot, bringing that left foot up to meet the right. And then you want to inhale, coming halfway. And then exhale, release into your forward fold. Inhale one more, halfway, making sure we have that nice flat back. And then as you exhale, bringing our hands back down to the earth, we're going to go ahead and step the right foot back, making sure the left foot is between both hands into a nice high lunge on the left side. And like I said, you want to push up through the hands, through the fingers, making sure that the right foot is nice and tucked. You're rolled up on the ball of the foot. And you're using the strength of your core and within your legs to help you maintain the posture. Just breathe. Your breath is your best friend, I promise. As I always say, my breath gets me where I need to go. And then whenever you're ready, exhale. Bring the right foot to meet the left. Inhale halfway, and then exhale, release it, fall forward into a nice forward fold. Now, if this is too much on the knees to do straight, you can always keep them very gently bent and roll over, rolling over the thighs, which feels really nice. Very slowly bringing your hands back underneath. We're going to straighten the legs if we had them bent. And we're going to inhale, bringing our hands to the shins halfway. And then as you exhale, finding our hands onto the earth, we're going to bring the right foot back, and then the left foot is going to join it. And then we're going to find our feet, find a good alignment, and then go ahead and push very slowly back into your downward facing dog. Now you should notice by this time that your heels are able to touch the floor a little more, and you're probably able to also push back more from the hands into the pose, bringing the chest towards the thighs. On your next inhale, go ahead, we're going to drop the knees, coming back to earth, back to the table. Untuck the toes, and then we're going to exhale, bringing the toes together very slowly. Roll into the variation of your own personal wide-legged child's pose. Just relax. Whenever you're ready, we're going to inhale, coming back to the table. Checking in once more with our alignment. And we're going to move into we're going to do tiger pose, but we're also going to incorporate it with a little variation of cat pose. And we're going to kind of incorporate some movement. So it'll be a very nice, slow, gentle flow. But before we do that, I just wanted to get us set up for tiger. So bringing your hands underneath your shoulder, underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale. Go ahead and bring the right leg back, tucking the right toes. Inhale, go ahead and bring the right leg up behind you as if you were in a three-legged table. Bending the leg, go ahead and bend the calf, bending at the knee. And you want to make a 90-degree angle with your leg. Looking out towards in front. You want to zip up through the core. You want to push into the hands. Now this is really good for sciatica pain. It's also good for stimulating digestion. However, if you have back pain or neck pain, the best thing to do is to stay into table. So, but if you would like to take the variation of tiger, please feel free to join me on the right side. We're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Making sure we can feel where we are in the pose. And then when you're ready, coming back, bringing the head, tucking the head down a little, like you're making it horizontally towards the ground. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring the right leg through, bringing the right knee to the nose. And I'm leaving both hands on the earth for this first one. And then exhale, go ahead and push it back out, back into tiger. Inhale, bring it in towards the nose. Maybe this time you bring the left hand down. And if you want next, you can incorporate a variation of tiger and bring the hand up towards the sky. Inhale, we're going to drop the leg, bring the right knee through. And then as you inhale, one more. And then turn the leg, and then exhale. Very nice. Now, if you want to take it a little bit further into another variation, you can wrap the left hand back, grab the right foot, push into the hand, and do a nice tiger variation. This is good for balance, strengthening the core. And then when you're ready, go ahead and bring the left hand back out to center, dropping it to the ground, bringing the right leg back to the earth, the knee on the earth, and very slowly. Take a nice wag. Go ahead and push up into a nice cat pose. And then exhale into cow. So finding your hands, you can maybe place them a little bit out in front and just very gently do some movements. We're going to do some very slow, like dancing lions. Finding your own rhythm. Maybe you go back and forth. We just did a lot of work in that pose, so I want to just make sure I'm going to keep the body nice and happy. Keep it nice and flexible and open. Very nice. Come back to center. Setting up for the left side, bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders. When you're ready, inhale, bring the left foot back, tucking the toes. Making sure that our hands are underneath the shoulders, pushing up through the palm of their hands into, so we want to push up into the shoulders. We don't want to slouch. And then inhale, bringing the left leg up. Go ahead and flex the foot, turning the leg at a 90-degree angle. In some practices too, though, they point the toes. So whichever one you choose today is perfectly fine. Remember, we're exploring the body and having fun. Yoga. You just don't want to hurt yourself. That's the only rule in yoga. No pain. Finding your center. Zipping up through the core. And then for the first round of knee to nose, we're going to keep both hands planted on the earth. And as you inhale, bring the left knee towards the nose. Rounding the back in a little cat variation, tucking the chin. And then exhale, go ahead and push it back up. Inhale, bringing our knee towards our nose. Taking our time, and you can hold this here for 1 or 2 breaths too. You just really want yourself to feel the benefits of this pose. And also it gives you a chance to check in with your body and see where you are. Pulling the navel towards the spine. And then if you would like to lift the right arm up, you want to inhale, bring the right elbow towards the left knee. And then inhale, back up. And if the other tiger variation is part of your practice today, you want to bring the right hand around, grabbing the left foot, pushing in towards pushing our foot up. Very nice. Finding your focal point. And then exhale, releasing, bringing our hand down to the earth. Bringing our leg back down, knee back down to Mother Earth. Sway it out from side to side. Walking it out. And then very gently do some nice hip and back rolls. Maybe do some little playful cow cats. And then very slowly coming back down into your wild-legged child. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Very slowly, using the hands to walk, pushing you up, keeping your legs nice and wide, pushing up towards center. You can sit on the back of your heels. If that's too much, feel free to take a block, stick it right underneath the tush. Coming into a pose, we're going to take our hands and we're going to put our hands together. And what you want to do is you want to grab them, make a fist, and we're going to do some nice wrist rolls. Just to work those little kinks out from all the work we just did in our tiger pose. If you reverse the motion. And then whenever you're ready, bringing our hands back to the earth, rising back up into your table. Go ahead and take the left hand, turn the fingers towards the knee, and then the right hand the same. Now, if this is too much, that's perfectly fine. I'll show you another variation. If this is too much for you, then I suggest going back into wide-legged, sitting back on the block, and then you can also do the same, get the same results, just from keeping the arm nice and long, and then using the opposite hand to do some nice stretches. Making sure it's still breathing. It should feel really nice. It shouldn't be painful at all. We're just showing our wrists a little love after all the work we made them do. And then very gently, very slowly, turning our wrists out towards center. Walking our hands a little bit, hand front up. Pushing our block out to the side if we were sitting on it. Putting our feet on the floor, tucking our toes, and rolling up into a nice downward facing dog. On your next inhale, go ahead and bring the right leg up towards the feet. Bring the left foot to meet. And then very gently just hang into a nice forward fold. We're taking it easy this evening. We're working the body, but we're also helping our body to relax at the same time. Very nicely bringing your hands to the shins. We're going to inhale halfway. And then exhale, fall forward. So on your next inhalation, I'd like for you to very slowly inhale, reverse swan dive, coming back to center, bringing our hands up into a nice upward salute. Maybe you clasp the hands, doing a nice steeple mudra. Maybe do a nice little baby back bend. Or you can come to center, dropping the shoulders. And then checking in with our feet, making sure our feet are nice hip width apart. And then as you exhale, go ahead and begin to sit into your nice chair pose, wide-legged chair pose. And then as you exhale, drop the arms to the side, keeping a nice flat back. And this is a nice chair airplane 2 variation. This is good for posture. It's also good for strengthening the legs, the glutes. And it's also a nice stress reliever because it's a very grounding pose. I'm just going to hold 3. Make sure that we've tucked our tailbone in a little. We don't want to put too much pressure. 2. Notice they're very long for each one. And then as you exhale, 1, sweeping the arms up, rising up. And then very slowly, as you exhale, bringing our hands down towards the heart center, hinging forward at the hips. Placing our hands onto our hips. And then very gently, so if you have high blood pressure, you can do this pose from grabbing a block and placing it here so that way you keep your head above your heart. Or if you choose to take a wide-legged forward fold, or I just like to, it's just a wider forward fold to me. We're not going to go completely full wide-legged. We're just keeping the legs nice and spread a little bit. We're going to exhale, release, coming down towards the earth, bringing our hands to the earth. Now, as I mentioned, you can also use a block to keep you up here, especially if you suffer from vertigo or high blood pressure. So on the next inhalation, go ahead and bring in your right knee, placing your right hand underneath for support, and then bringing, inhale, just opening up the left side. Exhale, bringing the left hand back to center, releasing the right leg back back to its straight posture, and then exhale. Allow the left knee to bend. Bringing our left hand underneath us. Inhale, peeling the right arm up. And then exhale, bringing it back to the earth. Go ahead and heel toe. Taking the stance a little bit wider. We're going to inhale. Go ahead and bring the left arm up, keeping our legs straight, or you can keep the knees just a little bit bent. And then exhale, back to center. Inhale, opening up the right. And then exhale, back to center. And then inhale, raising the chest up. And then exhale, falling forward if you're in a full forward fold, or coming back to halfway. And then go ahead and heel to the feet out a little bit more. Now you should be in a nice wide-legged forward fold. And we're going to do a nice little stretch to kind of warm down the body. So if you need to stay up to keep your head above your heart, what you're going to do is you're going to take your block. You're going to move the block towards this location. And what you would like to do is you want to make sure that it's nice and sturdy because it's going to help you do your twist. If you don't need a block, you can go ahead and bring the right hand to grab the left ankle. And we're going to very slowly inhale, open up the left hand towards the sky. So for all my peeps that are up on a block, go ahead and make sure you find a nice foundation. You can play with the block a little to find what feels good, find what feels sturdy, and then inhale, bringing the left hand up. You want to make sure that the hips are straight. You don't want to go in either or direction. And then exhale, back to center. And then if you were down here, go ahead and bring the hands, walking them towards the center into a nice wide-legged forward fold. For my high blood pressure peaks, if you're up here, here's just really good, just nice stretch, hinging forward at the hips. Taking a few breaths, and then prepare to move towards the right side. So when you're ready, go ahead and bring the left hand towards the right ankle, if you're taking it all the way to the ground, and then bring your right hand up towards the sky. If you are playing with the block this evening, go ahead and move the block, finding your footing, finding what feels stable and steady. You don't want to fall. Placing it in a nice, comfortable position, and then inhale, rising up. Making sure to push up through palm of the hand. And then exhale, coming back to the center. Very gently, we're going to heel toe the feet back towards where they're right at the edge of the side of the mat. We're going to very slowly sink in, very gently, down into our yogi squat, our Malasana pose. You can also use a block too for this if you need a little pick-me-up. As I said, this is yoga where you can relax. So, this is a nice grounding pose to make you feel rooted to the earth, especially after a long day, long week. It's very nice. Breathe. Using the arms to push the knees out, bringing our hands more towards heart center. Taking a moment to really feel where we are. Notice if the left or the right hip flexor is, which one's more flexible. Maybe one side needs a little bit more love. And when you're ready, bringing your hands down to the earth. Very slowly, begin to just rise the tailbone up. Now, if crow is part of your practice this evening, feel free to take crow, but for the rest of you guys, if You want to heel toe, push up, heel toe, the feet back to center. And then as you exhale, very slowly using the hands to bring you back down to earth. Ah. Whew. Into our nice staff pose. So we're going to go down to our back. And I always like to close the practice before we go into Shavasana with a nice supine twist. It helps release any compression that we may have incurred during our practice or whatever in the spine. And it also just feels really nice. I like to use blocks for mine, and I also like to incorporate, if you have a pillow, I incorporate my meditation bolster, but you can also use a nice handy throw pillow. So whenever you're ready, get your little props and your fun stuff. And very gently begin to use the hands to walk you down, 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 very slowly towards the earth. We're going to bring our right leg up towards our chest. Give it a nice hug. Go ahead and bring the left leg up to meet the right. Just give them both a nice rock very gently on our back from side to side. And then exhale, go ahead and release the right leg down to the earth. This is a good time if you would like. You can incorporate your block. So bring your block, your meditation cushion, or your pillow. Go ahead and set it out. I always do it apart from my hip. And then as you exhale, bringing our right hand to our left knee, we're going to very slowly, making sure to keep our shoulders on the earth. So if we need some little assistance to help bring earth to us, it's okay to keep adding little props. Because what you want to do is you want to make sure that your shoulder blades are nice and rounded. And it also may just be that you need to make a little tiny adjustment. And then when you find what feels good, allow yourself to relax. Very slowly. Begin to roll back onto the back, bringing the left leg back up towards center. And then using your left hand, just very slowly help guide the left leg as you move it in little circles. Just releasing, soothing the neck, showing it a little love. And then exhale, come back to center. Bring the right knee up to meet the left knee. Hug towards the chest. Maybe you give a little rock side. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release the left leg down to the earth. Setting up our props on the opposite side to take our twist on towards the left. And then when you're ready, bring your left hand to the right, outside of the right leg. Very slowly, very slowly. Exhale. Making your adjustments. needs to relax. As I said, this should feel really good. It should be really comfortable. So if you need to add anything to help bring the earth up to its level, it just makes it more comfortable. You can choose to look up towards the ceiling, or if you'd like, you can turn your head into the opposite direction. If that's too much on your neck, you're more than welcome to just turn the head towards the left. And just breathe. Just allow. Very slowly. Very slowly. Go ahead and roll back onto the back, helping yourself bring the right leg back to center, using our right hand on our right knee. Do some real nice. When you're ready, go ahead very slowly. Drop the right leg back down to the earth. Go ahead and give a little bit of wiggle in your hips. Finding where you are within your shavasana. Maybe you incorporate props at this time. You can use a nice blanket, pillow under the head. Whatever you need to make yourself comfortable while you take your rest in your well-deserved Shabbat. When you're ready, very slowly, find yourself wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, and rolling very gently onto your left or your right side in your most comfortable fetal posture. Take in a few more breaths. Allowing yourself to digest all the wonderful things that you did for yourself, for your mind, for your body. for your soul and for your heart in today's practice. When you're ready, bring your hands underneath you for support. Just slowly help push yourself up into a nice seated posture. Come into whatever feels comfortable, your easy seated pose. Closing the eyes. Bringing your hands to heart center. Taking a few moments to capture the breath, capture the mental picture of the intentions that you set for yourself today during your practice. Taking a few moments to really feel the body. As we close the practice, I'm going to ring the bell 3 times. Thank you for joining me today and allowing me to be your guide. May your weekend be filled with lots of yoga, love, happiness, peace, health, family time, and most importantly, time for yourself. May the light always shine within you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Namaste.
You too.